everyone, how are you all doing? My name is Deborah and I'm here to review the C-drama titled Master Devil Do Not Kiss Me, and this is an idol online drama, and it is basically a kind of Cinderella story-esque Boys Over Flowers kind of drama, but I'll let you know about my thoughts before I start watching it and give you a brief summary of the drama before I get into what I loved about it and what I hated and my total review as a whole. So first, I did this drama at the beginning of 2017 and I did see a lot of reviews about it and people talking about it, but I never really wanted to check it out just because I felt like it was gonna be too idolish and too like Boys Over Flowers. But man, I am glad that I finally decided to check it out because it went from my feeling, I don't really think I want to check this out to, oh my goodness, this is so addictive. It is so addictive. So now let's go into the summary of what it's about. I'll give you a brief summary of the beginning, like let's say about 10 minutes or 15 minutes of the first episode, or actually I'll just give you a brief summary of what the whole first episode is about, which is the foundation of the whole drama. Basically, it's about this girl called Chuxia, played by Zinfei, and Chuxia is this girl who's poor, and one day she's at home with her mom. Her mom was meant to deliver milk while she was ironing her clothes, and Chuxia decides to deliver the milk on behalf of her mom because her mom's not feeling too fine. And so she takes the milk out to deliver the milk, and she's stopped by some neighborhood gang girls who are trying to get her to stop working at Feng Shao's salon. Feng Shao is one of her best friends, a guy, and Feng Shao comes and saves her and tells her to just leave and go do what she wants to do, that making money is important, that you handle the girls. And so she leaves because Feng Shao is like the head of the gang in that area, I guess. And so she leaves to go deliver the milk, and as she goes to deliver the milk, we come to see the main lead, the guy played by Lee Hong-yi, Han Zilu. The character's name is Han Zilu. So Zilu is in this restaurant. He's typing on his system, and we see this girl who's trying to break up with her boyfriend, but the boyfriend doesn't want to break up with her and he's being a total bitch. And so Zilu approaches the boyfriend to correct him on a mistake he made in relation to astronomy and time, and the boyfriend gets angry at Zilu for interceding or intervening or putting his mouth where it's not really his business, and Zilu punches him and beats him up, throwing him out of the restaurant. As he throws him out of the restaurant, the guy hits Chuxia and her milk falls to the ground, spilling and breaking. And so she tells the guy, pay me, and the guy says, no, I'm not the one who has to pay you. That's the guy who beats me up, pointing to Zilu to pay her. And so she goes to Zilu, holds Zilu, and as they're fighting and all, she falls against Zilu and they kiss. Note, Zilu has this allergic reaction to kissing, but when he kisses her, he doesn't get any allergic reaction. So he's shocked, like, wait, I just kissed someone and I didn't get any allergic reaction. And as she kisses him, and she falls upon him, and all her pendants that her mom gave her falls into his bag. And so his friend comes down from his car. He has another rich friend who comes down from his car, and his friend approaches him, and his friend tells him basically to come, so they go for their military training for their school. And so he decides to leave with his friend, and then Chuxia follows him on her bike to go get her pendant. And so when she follows him to go get her pendant, she gets into, or they meet the school bus, which has been kidnapped by these robbers who are actually their teachers, and Chuxia tries to save them but fails until they realize that it's their teacher, it's a group of their teachers and their principal that is just basically training them and all, and it's not really real kidnappers. And so she gets a phone call telling her that she needs to come to the hospital. Now, while all this kidnapping stuff was going on, her mom left the house because she received a call about her milk not being delivered, with the iron on top of the clothes getting burnt, and left the house to go check on the milk and figure out what's going on, why her daughter hasn't delivered the milk yet. And she gets into an accident which takes her to the hospital. So that's the call that Aunt Chuxia received. And at that moment Aunt Chuxia received her call, Hanzi Lu receives a call saying that his dad has gotten the liver that he needs for a transplant, or kidney, one of the above, that he needs for a transplant. And so he goes to the hospital and they're waiting and all, and we find out that the person who was going to donate that organ to his dad is actually Aunt Chuxia's mother. So Aunt Chuxia's mother holds his mom, and that's the male lead's mom, and makes her promise that she is going to make sure that Aunt Chuxia goes to school and she's well taken care of, which she promises her. The mom promises Aunt Chuxia's mom, and Aunt Chuxia's mom immediately dies. They do the transplant and all, and so Aunt Chuxia comes to the hospital and realizes that the person her mom just donated her organ to is actually his father. And so his mom comes up to her, hugs her, tries to make her feel like a little bit better and all, condoles her and tells her to move in with them. And so she enrolls her into his school, which is a school for rich kids. I told you it sounds like Boys Over Flowers. A school for rich kids, and then moves her into the house. But he doesn't like that she moved into the house, and he's trying to get her to leave the house and leave. So basically that's mainly the summary of what it's about, and her life after she moves into the house and the school and all. And it's called Master Devil. The devil is the main lead. They say he's a devil because he's, in the beginning, he's really mean to her, but later on we realize that when he does warm up to her, we realize that the mean things he does always is for her benefit. So anyways, that's basically the summary of what this drama is about. Now let's go to what I absolutely loved about this drama. Number one, I absolutely love his mother. Oh my goodness, his mom reminds me of Tiny Bai's mom from My Mr. Money. If you've not watched that drama, definitely go check it out. But she is like an upgraded version of Tiny Bai's mom, who basically wants her children, her son, to marry Aunt Chuxia. She has already declared her as her son's fiance and her daughter-in-law. She acts like a young girl. She tells her son to call her sister and sister Joanne, so like JJ and all, which means sister, big sister. And she tries to act young. She wants them to get together. She tries to sit outside their door to listen in to see if they're having sex or not, and when they catch her, she's like, oh, don't mind me, please go on, go on, go on, by all means, kiss, have sex, be careful, but do what you gotta do. And she's the most amazing mom ever. She's so kind. I absolutely love her. And I think one thing I love about her is not just that, but even though she's a housewife, you can tell how smart she is. And also I really appreciate that about her. And the other thing that I love is the female character, how strong she is, not just in terms of, oh, she can fight, she learned taekwondo and all, but she's strong in terms of her character. She's very brilliant, like a genius who knows how to multitask. Like, she can study two things at the same time by listening to one and reading another. She's very brilliant. She knows how to, like, she doesn't get played by the evil leads or deceived by the evil leads. She's smarter than that. She's not someone that you can just easily bully. If at all you succeed in bullying her, then you better be sure that she was the one who allowed that bullying to happen. And also, that's one thing that I really liked about this drama. Another thing that I absolutely loved about this drama is the fact that her best friend never turned evil. Her best friend was her ride or die, loyal to the end. And I say this because all the guys that the best friend liked loved chuxia or fell in love with chuxia, but the best friend never, even though the best friend loved them, the best friend always gave up on them and even tried to hook them up with chuxia, and never ever got jealous of her or turned against her because of that, which is something that I was so worried about going into this drama, and praying that they never turn her evil. So I'm really glad that that never happened. That's something I absolutely loved about this drama. Another thing that I obviously loved about this drama is the main lead, but you need to watch it to understand why I love the male lead. He's cold, aloof, and slightly a jack, but somehow you can't help but falling for him, like most male leads in Asian dramas. And he's fun too, so that's a plus. But what I didn't like about this drama, I think, is number one, the fact that we were told that chuxia's mom attended that rich school, and we were never really given an explanation of how exactly she attended that school. Like, did she get a scholarship? Were her parents rich? Because her mom was obviously poor. So wait, how the heck did she attend this rich school? Chuxia got the scholarship through you're giving your kidney, so how did you get into the school? That's number one. Number two, I hate how the last 4 episodes became mahjong. Like, it was so addicting, but once we came to the last 4 episodes, it felt like it was dragging. They didn't know what they were doing anymore, and so they just decided to throw all the mahjong cliche-ness inside and make it bad until the last 5 minutes of the drama. So that's one thing that I really hated. I wish they had stayed away from the mahjong-ness of it all. But the next thing that I really didn't like is how which ties into the whole mahjong-ness of it all, it felt like the ending was rushed. We weren't really given a good ending in terms of, let's say for instance, the second male lead. It felt like, oh, 1 second he was in love with her throughout the second season, he was totally in love with her, and suddenly this dude goes from I love chuxia, it's chuxia or nothing else, to oh my goodness, we're done and this is the new girl that I like. In the space of like 5 minutes, it didn't make sense to me. Like, I get what they were trying to show, that obviously he can't love chuxia for XXX reasons, but then there's a way you could have showed it, that he was, at least show us that he was going through some what's the word, struggles with accepting that. I mean, yeah, they did show us he was going through some struggles with accepting whatever happened and all, but then it just felt too rushed to me. I don't know, but for me it felt too rushed. Like, I needed time for him to accept the new girl that he accepted into his life, and then let chuxia really go the way he did. It just felt, maybe it was because of the whole mahjong nonsense of it all, that I'm like, okay, this is just too much. And for those who don't know what mahjong-ness is, it's basically the cliches in K-dramas with angst and all. But anyways, another thing that I really didn't like is how they made the second male lead in season 2 so childish. So childish. It was like, and I feel like they did this with him because they didn't want us to fall in love with anyone else apart from the first male lead, which I understand, but then it was just, they made him so childish that he almost seemed dumb, when I feel like he really wasn't. But when he had his serious moments, those moments were to die for. When he got real, when Ish got real, those moments were to die for. But those were just the little things that really got me annoyed with his character and how his character was written. Now my final thoughts on this drama. This is, like I said, it does remind me of Boys Over Flowers, though it's really different. Kind of how A Love So Beautiful reminds me of Mischievous Kids, but it's so different. But this is a romance-based drama that has other things around it. It's a Cinderella story kind of drama with a rich guy, poor girl story and all. It's that kind of drama, and it also has has a good sister match in terms of the male lead and her best friend, which I did enjoy. It's a light-hearted drama that only has like runs for approximately 20 to 18 minutes if you exclude the beginning opening scenes and the ending scenes. So it's really light-hearted and short, so you can watch it really fast. And it's 46 episodes, so 23 episodes per season. There are 2 seasons, season 1 and season 2. But it's a really light-hearted, fast-paced drama that really doesn't slow things down. Maybe that's why what happened with him immediately letting go, and I mean the second male lead, Jen Chen Chuan, lets go of her so fast and moves on with his life. But it's a really fast-paced, light-hearted drama that really you don't get emotionally invested into. Like, even when chuxia lost her mom, I didn't cry, I didn't feel nothing, because they didn't really give us time to get into the mom's character or fall in love with her like we should have, or develop a rapporteur or relationship with her. So it's a really light-hearted drama that you don't need to go into and invest your emotions or anything. It's a drama you can watch just to pass time while waiting for that new drama you've been waiting for all your life. But it's a definitely enjoyable watch. Just beware that the last 4 episodes just turn ridiculous, as in ridiculous. They take the really out of the class. Anyways, apart from that, my final grade for this drama is definitely B+, and I give it a B+, not a B-, sorry, a B+, because this is one of those dramas that I don't see myself going back to. It was definitely fun, it made me feel happy, but I feel like it could have chatted better if they didn't ruin the ending the way it did, if the kisses were better. So if you're going in here expecting the best kisses of your life, I'm sorry to disappoint you, that ain't gonna happen. I think in the whole drama they kissed only 3 times: the beginning, the middle, and another part, like 3 times. I think that was all. And then your certain parts, another reason why I'm not giving it like a higher grade than a B+ is because the transition from season 1 to season 2 felt rushed. Also, there's something major that happened at the end of season 1, but when they came to season 2, they didn't really show us a continuation. We just had it by word of mouth from the characters that this is what happened, this is what happened. And also at first you're like, wait, did I skip an episode? Before you realize as you watch on, oh, you didn't skip an episode, they're just deciding not to show us what exactly happened and instead tell us by word of mouth. So those are things that I feel they could have improved on. This could have been a really good drama. It doesn't take away from it the fact that it was really addicting the beginning episodes, but at the end it kind of lost its way, and that's my problem with it. What do you all think if you've watched it? If you've watched it, let me know in the comments down below what you thought about it. If you haven't, check it out. I'll put a link down below for where you can check it out. Let me know what you think about it when you do check it out. Let me know if there's any other drama that you want me to review that I may have watched. And I'm thinking of reviewing Nirvana and Fire 2 next when I do watch it. But yeah, till next time, keep being awesome, beautiful people you are. Have your teacups ready, drink your tea, keep being beautiful. Next time, you know I've got nothing but love for you all. Stay awesome.